and welcome back to the Canary Guys podcast. Now, half of the Norwich squad might be dead, but fortunately, my two co-hosts are just about fit and fighting for this week. How are we, boys?
Sad.
I've been better personally, but we are getting there.
Yeah, we move. We've always got to move on. We've got to try and keep the positives flowing, even though there aren't many.
Yeah, it's just quite a poor performance and result on Friday night. I mean, first 5 minutes, that ball from Fisher for a Sargent goal, I was like, oh, okay. We woke up and smelled the coffee, and then it was just bleak football again, and it cost us, as per usual.
Yeah, I mean, they're just... I don't understand this whole sitting back and not being proactive, not going to kill the game. It seems bizarre to me, especially as a team who's lost. I mean, we spoke about it last week. As many points as we have dropped from winning positions, you surely go on and kill the game against no disrespect to Oxford, but a team we should be beating comfortably. And fair play to Oxford, like credit to them, they did a job on us. They had our number the entire game. They knew exactly what they'd come there for. They did their job. The only time they switched off was for the Sargent goal. And my girlfriend, who is not a tactical analyst, but said, "Oh, look at how good Oxford's shape is." They were organised. They had a job, whereas we looking at a chaos when we defend.
I'll throw the job over Nick Stanley. She seems better there already.
Yeah, exactly. I think she could do a better set piece coach job. She knows her structures of players, I guess. But yeah, I mean, the performance was poor. But I mean, we're going to get on to what probably is going to be a large talking point of this podcast, which, truth be told, I mean, we didn't have a lot of players to field in the first place. I literally do not understand what is happening. Have either of you seen an injury crisis this bad ever?
No.
Like we discussed it last pod, but it's just mental. I cannot believe the amount of players who are out at the minute.
That starting lineup hitting Twitter was literally like a flashbang. I was like, okay, what? Like
Everyone was extremely depressed.
Everyone was dead.
Yeah, it was fucking awful. Like, I don't want to slag off the players that are in the squad there, but like, I'd never want to slag an Norwich player off really if I can avoid it. Like, even Jakob Sorensen and George Long, who, let's be honest, get plenty of criticism from me and the boys. But like, it's so low quality because we've got nothing left. I've got nothing left. Absolutely nothing. I mean, we've spoken for every week on this podcast about how brilliant Dobbin has been.
He's out for the rest of the season.
He's now out for the rest of the season. Will we ever see him in a Norwich shirt again? I mean, I would like to think so. There's supposedly positive discussions going on. But you want to sign Dobbin for 15 million?
No, I'm saying we get signs out for 15 million. No offence to sign, but what I think Dobbin will cost us 6 or 7 million. I'd pay that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I think it's 4 million.
I think you can get a cut price deal on Dobbin. I don't think Villa really wanted him. I think it's all a bit of a move for.
But look how much they sold Villaging. He's better than Villaging.
He is, but they overpaid, and also they'd already signed him for quite a bit of money anyway.
Yeah, true.
I think there's a deal to be had there with Dobbin because I don't think he's a player who breaks into Villa's team. And I think, truth be told, if Villa know there's a bit of money on the table, they will probably accept it.
That's the thing, because you have, I think it was Villa, where Unai Emery didn't know a player that he was asked about. There's no chance he knows Dobbin exists.
It might have been.
Not a chance.
Well, we all know that Dobbin was a part of that weird PSR transfer.
Yeah, Everton, yeah.
Who was it who went the other way? Was it Eric
Buenum? Is that his name?
Eric Buenum. Tim Eric Buenum, I think it was. Who has actually played a bit for Everton, but again, it was a weird transfer all over because I think Chelsea were involved somewhere as well, selling another player, and
God,
it was very, very odd. They all swapped players in order to avoid the profit and sustainability rules. But he went on loan to West Brom. I think that first half of the season, like, basically damaged his reputation enough for us to be able to take him on and probably get a pretty good deal on him, even though he's played well for us.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think we've got a chance. I think we've got a chance for signing him. I'd love to see it happen. He's been magnificent since he's been here. Let's not forget Krishene as well, also out for the rest of the season. So hopefully we see him again next season.
Yeah, he's had it difficult because he
Yeah,
came in and he was doing all right after Doyle put in some iffy performances at left back.
yeah,
And then, of course, Mahova comes out of nowhere, steals his place, and now, rightfully, by the way, because Mahova's been absolutely
Norfolk, Roberto Carlos.
wonderful. And I think
yeah.
he's
He has been
going to
very
be
good.
amazing player for us.
Yeah, I
But
think he will.
just poor Cosene. And that was a yellow card.
Yeah, yeah, I know. And it is the tackles from fucking Emmanuel Dennis, prick, who has basically ended his season. So congratulations, fella. Well done. Hope you're proud of yourself, big man.
Book of the Year award.
Yeah, he might be in contention for Donkey of the Year. So yeah, we'll have that end of the season vote. He's going to be in the contention. I have a feeling.
People talk about the Messi Ronaldo rivalry. We've got the Emmanuel Dennis Nick Stanley rivalry.
Yeah, that is going to be huge at the end of the season for us. But we'll our seasonal awards, they're approaching thick and fast. We've not got many games left, boys. So
Are you guys looking forward to the season finishing?
Yeah, we need a fresh start.
I was going to say I've written the season off already.
Yeah.
And another thing I want to get onto, and it's a topic I've written down here, is about the playoff picture and are we actually still in it? And again, it's very, very similar to my answer last week. My heart says yes, my head says no.
Yeah, I'm losing confidence.
We're literally in it by the skin of our teeth. We're not comfortably in this. We're literally genuinely, we've got our last tooth on it. If we don't get a win tomorrow, we're out of it.
Yeah, I don't think we can lose another game. Honestly. I genuinely don't think we can afford to drop points. Certainly not against teams that we know we should be beating.
And that's the
We're-
thing.
we're
We never
really
beat teams that we should beat.
No, well, we know this is an Norwich way, don't we? It's always backwards. It's always backwards. So,
Go back one step, goes forward two steps. Is that the saying?
yeah, basically, but always the other way around. But yeah, you've almost got it, mate. You've almost got it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, I don't understand why we can't hold the lead either. I'm
It's
really
clearly
not getting it.
it's clearly not Forup's tactics. I don't think it is anyway. Because in all
Do
his
you not
press
think
conferences, no, because in all his press conferences, he's always like, "I want to kill off the game. I want to get 2, 3 goals." So unless either they're grasping onto this thing that with Wagner and Dean Smith ball, obviously it was worse under Wagner, but surely not, because
No.
he looks. If Forup is so pissed off and he's actually telling the lads to, after 5 minutes on the clock, which by the way the clock wasn't even working in the Carrow Road, which is funny,
Excellent.
until half time. I'm like, okay, didn't know how quick it was we scored, but 5 minutes on the clock and then you just sit back. 5 minutes, first 5 minutes was great. First 5 minutes was on the front foot, and then we just not good.
No, not at all. And I mean, let's be honest, Josh Sargent is an absolute inevitability at the minute. He's just a force of nature. But he can't carry the whole team, boys. He cannot do it. And we talk about players carrying. At the start of the season, it was Borja Sainz, and I don't know what's happened to him either, because ever since he did a bit of spitting and he's come back, there's no other word for it. It's been shit.
Yeah, he's scared to shoot, which I don't get.
Yeah, I
Because,
really don't get that, because he's literally known for scoring 20-yard curlers. So why
and
is
he
he
makes
not
runs
trying?
constantly. He made the sort of Rotherham-esque, Liverpool-esque run about 2, 3 times in that match, and then one of them was a one-on-one with the keeper, which,
Yeah.
to be fair, was a class save. But then he just doesn't pass and he doesn't shoot, and it's just like, what are you doing, Borja? It's not the shooting from outside the box that got him the 5-6 game ban.
I think
Yeah.
he's overthinking a lot of the minute. I think, look, before his suspension, we were in and around the playoffs. To be fair, he then goes out for 6 matches, and then we sort of drift away. But then we do pick up some form, and then he comes back when we're in form, and then we dip again. It's such a confusing one, and I think Borja wants to take hold of this Norwich squad with Sargent. I think the two of them together want to just get hold of this and get us in the playoffs together. But I think Sargent's doing his bit. I think Borja's just overthinking it the most.
Yeah, I just think he's really struggling to pick up on the form, and I don't know whether it's the expectation, the pressure of being the top scorer in the league, whether he doesn't seem to be the same player, and there's that player is still in there. Let's not get that wrong. Like, he is as
Oh
good
yeah,
as he ever was.
you see
But
flashes of it in every game.
yeah, there were points in the game where you see him pick the ball up and you just go, "Fucking hell!" Like, how are you doing that? But he has not got the same confidence, I don't think, that he had at the start of the season.
I
No,
think he's
that's
more
fair.
humbled. I think before he had that arrogance about him, which I'm not saying arrogance is the best thing, but
I don't
he had,
know though.
like, that arrogance was there. Like
I'm
no.
not sure I necessarily agree with that. I think it's more confidence because I think Borja is as selfish and arrogant as he ever was. If you watch him play,
He's just hiding it. Yeah.
he holds onto the ball for far too long, and that's one of his biggest downfalls. We've discussed it in this pod quite a lot.
I mean, like
Like,
his finishing aspects, like he hasn't
it's
got
the
the
ego
arrogance
going to
in his
him.
own. Like I remember Middlesbrough, two absolute worldies against Middlesbrough.
Yeah,
No player has the confidence, the arrogance to shoot there.
yeah.
Now he has about.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of him on the ball and passing that, he is very arrogant on that. But I mean, in front of goal, there's not like that arrogance that like I'm gonna put it past you to a point where even if you attempt to say, mate, you're not coming near
But
it.
do you
Where
just
is that?
think it's the whole he hasn't scored for so long that it's now weighing on him thing? Because he's clearly, to me, a confidence player. I don't know if you guys would read that the same.
No,
I think
no, I see that.
he is clearly a lot better when he is confident. I know that applies to every player, but there's a lot of players who can play round that and play through bad periods. He is clearly one of those players that really thrives on having his confidence high and feeling comfortable and that sort of thing. So I just think maybe the goal drought is starting to get to him a little bit.
Yeah, I'm actually having a look now to see the last game he scored in.
Wasn't it Luton at home?
It might have been. It was. Was it not? But it was before his ban, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
99% sure it was Luton at home.
No, that was Marcelino Nunes. Oh no, that was Luton away. My apologies.
I'm pretty sure it was Luton at home his last game. I might be wrong there.
Just
Yeah,
trying
he's
to
they definitely scored then, which was December. He hasn't scored this year.
yeah.
We're in March.
Still crazy to think he's in consideration for the Golden Boot still as
It
well.
is.
That's
But
how good
you
his
think
form
that'd
was
give him a
start
bit
of
of
the
like
year.
something to fight for. Like Perot being on his ass would surely give him something to like kickstart him again.
So you have that thing with like Rowe and Sargent last season, like when Rowe was out and did that the commentary thing against Rotherham with thing. He had to play for, oh, I want to beat Sargent. I want to make sure I beat Sargent. So let's hope his arrogance comes back. He gets a
Yeah,
red
but
card on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, as we're recording, and then he just scores 50 goals and we
I was
win the
going to say,
league.
I'm sorry, have you just wished for a Norwich player to get a red card?
He needs it.
What?
I'm not
He's
sure
going to
about
get a
that.
red
I'll
card
be
because
honest. That is a rogue shout from you.
he's going to get a red card because he's going to embarrass Sheffield Wednesday.
The
It's
other
going to
thing
be
I'm
a
going to say as
matter of
well is
signs, mate. You've scored 10 goals. Go off.
you've just referenced Johnny Rowe, who, right, can I just say, ever since he came back from said injury, was crap.
We've got a bit of a thing here, haven't we?
Why is it players who play on the left wing and sometimes the right who start the season on fire and then all of a sudden fall apart midway through?
Oh, don't say that because we all want Dobbin next year. So let's not keep this tradition going.
Well, technically he's ended the season on fire, so
Yeah, true.
that should be okay. I think that it should be all right. But yeah, I don't know what more analysis we can really give to that Oxford game because, truth be told, it was a bit of a nothing game. Like again, there's just little you can talk about. Like there were periods we played okay, we put the pressure on them, but a lot of the time we were losing the ball in silly areas again, which is a trait that we've become far too used to recently. And again, Oxford just did their job. They knew what they were doing. They were playing to get the points and, to secure their survival, and they did a number.
And I was looking, we had 77% of the possession, which
Yeah.
it didn't feel like that.
Yeah, but Gary Rowett doesn't care about that. All he cared about was getting his points, and he set his team up, like I said, good, fantastic shape. They knew where they were, and he did an absolute job on us.
Yeah, the most notable thing of that game was the clock not working for the first half.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a good point to note. Speaking of notable things that happened, I mean, we'll talk a little bit about sort of some of the post-match reaction. Ono Hernandez was not particularly well received by some of our fans, which I'm not really, I'll be honest, I'm not understanding.
No. Listen, right, he loves the club. I know that doesn't make him a good player, but the fact that he comes on with 10 minutes to go, there wasn't long to go. He hasn't got much time to make a difference, and he's been at the club for 5 years now or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's not going to make a difference because he's getting older.
I
But
wouldn't agree with the fact that he's not going to make a difference, though.
yeah,
Because
I mean, he did.
I think
Because
when O'Neill comes on off the bench, right,
yeah,
he does add something. I
yeah,
think
definitely.
if you spoke to O'Neill himself, even he will admit that he is not the most technically gifted player at Norwich.
Yeah,
But is he the most hard-working player at Norwich? He's up there.
Yeah,
if
definitely.
you're going to blame anyone for that thing, the last person you blame is Ono Hernandez. For that
Yeah.
performance, the last person you blame is Ono.
Because again, it's not on. If you're looking at like a technical ability, like his end products and stuff like that, like yes, it's not been good enough. At end of the day, but Ono gives his absolute all every time he gets on the pitch for us.
Yeah.
He doesn't sit back. He takes his man on, which I love to see because too many times we've had wingers where they check back and they pass backwards and we break the move down essentially by turning around and passing backwards. Whereas Ono will literally take his man on at all costs.
And I love the slide tackle to prevent a counter attack. It was just great.
Yeah, exactly. If O'Neill had the end product of Borja Sainz in his prime, he would be the best player in the championship.
Absolute bulldozer. Yeah.
He would be an absolute tank. He'd be so good. Admittedly, his end product is just not there. But he gives his all for the club. Is he ever going to be our best player? No. But is he ever good? Is he going to be a good option you can throw on late on to try and change a game? I think so.
And he came on before and got assists, like Luton at home. He just came on and assisted Borja, like straight on.
Yeah, exactly. And he did the same against Coventry as well, didn't he? He won that.
Won the
goal
ball
for the
assist
Force.
Like no one talks about that enough.
He does make difference. I think he's becoming a little bit of a scapegoat at Norwich now, where people
Yeah.
just go, "Oh well, O'Neill's shit." So he's just a gimmick. He's only here because he loves the club. Whatever. I don't agree. I don't agree. I think O'Neill has a part to play and something to offer to the squad. Do
Yeah,
I
I
think
think.
he's the most talented winger in our team? No, far from it. But do I think that as a player he gives it his all?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes. And so what if he does social media and he's on there laughing and having fun. I don't get this whole football fan mentality of, oh, we lost the game, so all of our team must be mortally depressed.
They're still
Like,
humans.
it's
And how bad
totally
would that
fucking
be?
stupid.
I'm sorry, but if you lose, no, not even lose. If you draw 1-1, and then the next day all our players are depressed, that isn't going to help the next game. That isn't going to help the mentality. That isn't the mentality you want. You want
No,
the mentality
but it's
of
like
being ready
it's
for
like
the
a
next game. Being
thing across sort of all football, isn't it? Like people, like you see it all the time, and like a team's losing or whatever, and a player comes out and posts like a happy social media post or something, and the fans are in fucking meltdown.
yeah,
You're like,
But
17%. You're like, shut up. They're not these robots. Yeah, they are humans.
they are
They just
human
want to get on
beings,
with
and
their lives and have fun with it.
at the end of the day, right? We get invested in football, but it is just a game. Like there are far more important things in life, as much as sometimes we get carried away.
yeah,
And yeah, truth be told, I just didn't understand the whole everyone having a crack at O'Neill thing. I think he's actually deactivated his Twitter, which is quite sad to see.
yeah.
And yeah, he's fighting in the TikTok comments and fucking all sorts. And I don't see the need, truth be told. I just think if you're going to blame someone, you can't blame him, really. I mean, let's be honest, he had a 10-minute cameo. How do you blame him? Like, he
It's
didn't play
insane.
most of the game anyway.
I am looking now. He came on in the
73rd one, something like that.
72nd minute, so 18-minute cameo,
18 minutes.
and you can't do much in that.
No.
And especially how good Oxford's structure is. Like, they set up perfectly.
Yeah, we've discussed it already. Like, their acumen in terms of defence and knowing where they needed to be is absolutely spot on.
Yeah, it was.
It was just like I use this word a lot for Norwich at the minute. It's just bleak. Like, there isn't a lot that happens. Yeah, we have that spark. We have one spark a game at the minute, and like, I know he scored from that spark, like that ball from Fisher, the finish from Sargent. But if Johannes wants us to kill the game off with a 2-3 goal lead, that's all well and good. But there are games in the Championship where you're only going to score a goal, so you need to be able to hold on for this win, and we just don't do that enough.
Yeah, we need to. I think we need to learn. I don't like to say it because it's bringing us to kind of Neil Warnock shithousery. But I think we need to learn how to see out games.
No, but we do. It's a fact. Like, we're going to
it's-
be. Let's say, like, the end goal is to be in the Premier League, obviously, and stay in there. We're not going to go to. Let's say we play Tottenham at home when we're in there. Yeah, we're not going to batter them 3-0, are we? No, we're going to get a 1-0, and we need to be able to see that result out. We're not going to be able to just
Yeah,
be there like we're the bee's knees and think we can just play and beat them 5-0. No, we cannot.
but
It's
at the
one
same
we got to hold
time,
on for it.
do I want to see Neil Warnock, Mick McCarthy, 10 men behind the ball isms? I don't think so.
No, I want us to play Johannes Ball. Johannes Ball will get us goals, but I'm not. There are going to be instances, especially if we want to be in the Premier League, where we're not going to be able to batter teams 3-4-0. We're going to have to
No.
go 1-0 and just sit back and just defend it. It's just football when you're the underdog.
No, I think we need to become more adaptable as well. It's all well and good having a philosophy and sticking to it, but you need to have a backup plan. And I don't think Johannes actually has that at the minute, honestly.
Yeah, it's a fair shout.
And that might cost him his job. It cost Wagner his job, to be fair to him, last year.
Well, Wagner's backup plan was just everyone sit behind the ball and hope, wasn't it, really? So
Exactly. And that's what I mean. Like, he didn't have a backup plan. And that, like, I remember playoffs first leg of Leeds, and I remember saying, like, we went into a game at home like we were playing as the away team. You should never be doing that.
no, absolutely not.
I mean, we went into the away game playing like Wolverhampton Vets.
Wolverhampton Vets.
I don't know why I say Wolverhampton Vets, but
What an incredible reference. Wolverhampton Vets, if you are listening, give us a shout.
do they exist?
There must be a Vets in Wolverhampton. No, Vets are actually banned in Wolverhampton, I've heard. So, how have we got onto this? How has this happened? But anyway, yeah, Wolverhampton Vets, yeah, give us a call. next time we're up in Wolverhampton, we'll pop in, see your
I've never
dogs.
been to Wolverhampton, so I don't know what you mean if we go back. I've never
You do
been
know
there.
I meant the Wolverhampton Veterans League and not an actual vet.
Oh, I thought you meant like the. I thought you were just shouting out a random vet surgery. I was like, what the fuck are you on about? That's magnificent. Oh dear. I thought you were just like gonna get some fucking cats out to play and like.
Get the score back. We need it.
Oh, what a man. Bring the score back ASAP.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe a squirrel is a member of Wolverhampton Vets.
Should we have a look, see if there's any like pets for sale we can
I think we might have
get on the
solved the
cheap?
squirrel mystery. Supplied by Wolverhampton Vets.
That could be a collab for the future.
Sponsored by Wolverhampton Vets.
That is our new sponsor for the next year.
Flipping hell.
Oh, fucking hell, boys. Magnificent. Right, I think that's a nice way to round it out. That's a nice way to sum up the Oxford game. It was so exciting, we've started talking about vet surgeries in Wolverhampton.
Yep.
Why not?
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so let's get on to the light-hearted section of the podcast, our favourite bit. And of course, we're going to start in our usual traditional. It is obviously the podcast tradition, the Jeff Man Sausage Roll reviews, and this week, I believe, is a podcast exclusive.
It is indeed, and it's a podcast exclusive because I stayed for a match at the Holiday Inn, and I decided to go to the restaurant at the Holiday Inn. Don't sue me for slander or anything, please, Holiday Inn. But I ordered food at 6:45, and it didn't get to the table till about 7:50. So I scoffed that and then sprinted to my seat, got there with about a minute to spare, and then figured I'll get a sausage roll at half time. So
I'm just going to interject and say, Holiday, we love you. Quality rooms at reasonable prices.
yeah,
Get in contact.
What a view, by the way. Love it.
You can offer us free rooms for games, please. Love you.
That would be magnificent. We would happily attend
Thank you
that.
kindly.
So, yeah, Holiday Inn, if you're listening, get on it, get involved.
Thank you kindly. And I do want to note, because I do get very pissed off with people leaving early to like for half time. Like obviously end of match is a different story, and I'm sure we'll get on to that. But when it's 40 minutes on the clock and people are leaving early, I'm like, okay, why? Just wait. But then I went into the concourse in the Regency at half time, and the queue was very long. And I think I got one of the last sausage rolls as well, because they had to check that they still had some. But sausage roll is overlaid on screen now. I had my bag with me, so I put it in a bag to prevent crumbs falling onto my neighbours. Didn't work, went everywhere. But appearance 10 out of 10. Crumbs per bite was 23.8, I believe. Costs £4.95, which, I mean, yeah, that's a lot, isn't it? But overall, nice sausage roll and no complaints. And I'm hoping to go to the match tomorrow, but I've got a late fitness test, so I'm not 100% sure. Just like the Norwich squad, I am dead. But that's okay.
You're
Yeah.
joking. Not another one.
Yeah, we've got another injury. Robbie is down, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll see how he gets on. Hopefully, you'll be back gobbling sausage inside Carrow Road soon.
You can guarantee it.
Absolutely magnificent stuff. Right. I think we probably need to do a little bit of a shout out before we get on to some more awards as well to a good friend of the pod, and someone who invited us. As we did we mention it last pod? I'm sure we must have.
We
mentioned
did,
it. Yeah, and just said that we couldn't go. But shout out for the quiz to Diane, old friend of the pod. Robbie is particularly close with Diane, so we'll let him take this one away.
Yeah, lovely lady. Does so much for charity and for the Community Sports Foundation. But unfortunately, weren't able to attend. But it looked like a great quiz night. And on the topic of sausage rolls and Diane, she's. I think my sausage roll talk on Twitter is getting a bit too much, which fair enough. I do talk about them a lot, which is emphasised by this next bit because she made a bet with me, and it's a little deal. So between now and the end of April, I will donate £1 to the Community Sports Foundation for every time I mention sausage rolls on Twitter. I do want to underline the fact that it's on Twitter because I've probably mentioned the word sausage roll on this podcast about 10 times already. And I am a broke uni student, so I don't have that much money. But yeah, so end of April, I will tally it all. I have it in my notes app. I'm already at £4 because people immediately got onto the comment section asking, what's your favourite food, mate? And say sausage roll 100 times or you support Ipswich. But £4 in the bank already and great cause. So I'm looking forward to seeing how much we can raise for that.
Yeah, that'll be absolutely magnificent. I just want to go back to the quiz. Yeah, we all were struggling to attend, as we said last pod, and that's why we didn't make it. But it did look fantastic, and I'm kind of regretting not being able to go. So if you do run another one, we will desperately try and get it sorted so we can go. We'd love to bring a Canary Guys team and batter the lot of you.
Can't wait.
I don't think we would batter them. That's a good thing.
To be fair, the last place Wooden Spoon Award looked. I'd want that. That's more of
I
a
would want to
accomplishment.
finish either first or last. There
Yeah.
is no in between. I don't want to finish mid pack.
100%.
I either want to be particularly good or particularly shit.
We're basically the Norwich of the Premier League and Championship.
Why don't we? If we just answer George Long to every question,
We're bound to get one right.
we might get one. But yeah, I think it's probably time then. That's a nice little shout out, Diane. We see you. We recognise it. Friend of the pod. Keep the support going. I think it's time to probably move on to Canary Caller of the Week this week, which I've decided to give a special prize out for. Should he so claim it. This week's Canary Caller of the Week wins a free pack of Hall Soothers on me. Because this poor man, Tony, you are the winner this week. Your voice fella probably needs a few cough sweets because you were struggling. Let's take a listen to what Tony had to say.
Next, you want to talk about training. Come on, Tony, what are you saying?
About injuries, Rob.
Go on then.
I'm very concerned that there's too many injuries. Tonight, Duffy, Dunn, Nunez plays one game and then misses 3. And is the training regime wrong down at Colney? Because there's so many poor muscles. That's what's
with Duffy, we still don't know the exact reason why he didn't start the game tonight. He dropped down to the bench. You would imagine that the fact he's on the bench means it wasn't an injury, but we'll find out about that in due course when we hear from Yanis Oftora. But you're right. You know, Nunez and Gunny, you know, that they're from what we understand hamstring problems. You know, you've got obviously Dobbin and Cresceni. Both those were sustained during a game at Blackburn last week. And when we came into this one, Tony, just thinking about Dobbin and Cresceni, but when the team news came at 7 o'clock, it's like shock horror. Gunn's missing and Nunez as well. 2 really key first team players. So what's your theory on it, Tony? Why are Norwich getting so many injuries?
Well, I don't think they're being pushed hard enough in training. Excuse me.
Have a drink of water.
Yeah.
You all right?
I've got a frog in the throat.
You've lost it. Come on. Just don't worry, Tony. Just take your time.
Certain things you can do in training where it builds the muscles up. And I'm worried that, like Dobbin against Blackburn, he's running after the ball with nobody near him. He's out for the rest of the season. There's got to be a reason why.
Yeah.
I wonder if some of these players are getting little niggles and they're being forced to play with these niggles.
And well done to Tony. I really hope you found a glass of water after that. But I do think he raised some good points. It's the injury crisis is shocking at the minute.
It is
And
really bad.
I don't think because he blamed that training wasn't intense enough. I don't know. Obviously, we haven't seen training, so we can't really comment on it. But something's not right, and there needs to be some sort of investigation into it because this many injuries with this many similar like thigh issues and ligament issues is not. I've never seen that supporting Norwich in my life.
Get the detectives on the case. Get them all.
Definitely. But well done and enjoy your Soovers.
Excellent work. Yeah, Tony, hit us up. We'll get your Suvas out to you, and we'll go from there. Right, time to move on to Tweet of the Week this week, which I think, Robbie, you've got this again, haven't you?
I do again. Hello again. Probably bored of my voice by now, but I'm pleased to tell you that actually, while this pod was recording, I did think of another tweet of the week. So we're going to have a tweet of the week, an honourable mention, and a third honourable mention, if that is allowable by you guys.
Of course, yeah. Bring them all. We like to hear the best tweets.
So winner of tweet of the week is Erland on Twitter, and it is a lovely little message from Norwich City FC, where, girl, don't concede a shit goal. I know how you get sometimes. And then Norwich is like, oh, I'll be careful though. I'll overlay it on the screen so it makes sense and I'm not just talking to you. And then, but oh my god, you're going to hate me. I mean, come on. Yeah.
It's a fantastic meme. It's really well done.
We can't not concede a shit goal. And
I was a big fan.
Yeah, big fan too. I like that straight away. And I believe Ashton has one of the runner-ups.
Yeah, so honourable mention for Tweet of the Week. Obviously, the Scums down the road lost again. What a shock. They played Crystal Palace, and Mac at CPFC Mac has responded with Ipswich's full-time result, saying, good luck in the championship, lads. Thumbs up emoji, dross. So we just love being Ipswich.
We love scum bashing. Scum bashing will always get good rewards on this channel. So yeah, fantastic stuff. Well done to Crystal Palace.
Yep, and then we have the final tweet, which is from NCFC_Adam, who quote tweeted a picture of Josh Sargent and said, gave him a salute when I walked out of Tesco's on Wednesday at lunchtime, and he looked at me as if I was the biggest retard on earth. And I mean,
I hadn't seen that one.
Yeah, no,
That's good.
I'd seen it, but I completely forgot about it. So I think that's joint winner. So Adam and Erland, well done, guys. What a tweet! 8.3 thousand likes.
But I think of the week, the Hall of Fame.
I think tweet of the week is much more impressive at 8,500 likes.
Fantastic. Right, we move on to our donkey of the week, which is in a similar vein to last week, I'll be honest, because it's a former Norwich player who played on the left wing, who had a stinker and got hooked. It's the one, the only... PP! Well done. Sorry, Plachetta, I'm very sorry.
I think you nailed it, to be fair.
That is roughly what this is coming across very racist. I do apologise.
Whoa. It's just a mispronunciation. Nothing racist.
Yeah, there was no racist undertones. I literally have made an error. I apologise deeply. But you are Donkey of the Week. Well done, PP.
Congratulations, mate.
Magnificent.
I missed the hair bun.
Right. We've got a bit of a rogue one here, boys, I'll be honest. Because we're going to give out a yearly award early.
Nothing beats it, let's be honest.
Because there is no way this is getting beaten. It's just not possible. We're going to have our Rear of the Year award for the person in sort of Norwich culture with the best arse. And
he's not got the best arse. Whoa.
No, this is magnificent. It's unbeatable.
Yeah, but if you're on about arses alone, I don't think it's the best Norwich arse.
No. This is sensational. Because it was a very late entrant. But congratulations to former Norwich player Ashley Barnes for this absolute gem of an Instagram post.
I might actually zoom in on the pattern.
I've got an Ashley Barnes shirt now. I'm like, it's actually so much. It's going to go up in value after that.
Maybe you'll do like signed underwear.
I'm all over that.
Absolutely.
Match worn.
Rear of the Year on there. Get it on. He's got to have it won. So, congratulations, Ashley. You've won an annual award about 4 months early.
Big up, Barnesy.
Congratulations.
Don't get me wrong. I understand football's quite a stressful game, but like some areas of them pants do look a bit brown. So I don't know what's happened. Ashley
I
Barnes.
think it's just pitch mud.
That's what they all
Don't
say.
get any assumptions. We are not going to go on this pod and state that Ashley Barnes has shat himself. That is not where we're taking this.
Oh,
Speaking of shitting yourself, we put a Twitter poll out about what you would be most scared of, and what you would least like to face. So, I think it's time I probably read out this question. It was another one of my magnificent brain farts
What a segue, by the way.
to come
yeah,
up with
that's really
this.
good. I'm impressed with that.
Which I went for. Would you rather be on the end of a Shane Duffy headbutt to the face at full pelt as if he's heading a clearance, or a Josh Sargent rifle shot to the face from 6 yards? Let us know which you'd rather face and why. So poll results. It's had a number of views actually, and we've gone. You guys have voted at 59.1% to 40.9%. You would rather face a Josh Sargent power shot.
That's
Which,
fair. I agree with
I'll
that.
be honest,
actually voted for
I
that.
voted for Josh Sargent power
Yeah.
shots, so I can totally understand that. Shane Duffy is a scary
Wait,
fucker.
one question though, 'cause this could sway my answer. Is Duffy on the bevs or not?
He could be whatever you want him to be, sweetheart.
Because, like, no offense to him, but when he's on the bevs, he's obviously not got the best accuracy, as we know by some of his actions before in life. So if he's been on the bevs, I could potentially firm it because it won't
Yeah,
be.
but alcohol makes you more aggressive, so he's probably going to make more attempts. Yeah, but I agreed. And Alwyn OTBC on Twitter, he's given us a little reason. He said Sarge because I feel like he'd apologise and be a nice guy, whereas Shane would give you a dirty look and tell you to get up.
Yeah, he'd laugh, wouldn't he?
Which he's not wrong.
I can't lie. I
He's
don't know what the
not
Shane Duffy headbutt for that. Then if he looks and goes, "Gets up," like I kind of find that not like. I'd find it interesting, like just laying on the floor, knocked out cold, and Shane Duffy, looks at me in his Irish accent, goes, "Get up."
Similar to Ashton, I'd like to hear some like backstory behind it. Like,
Yeah.
is Duffy headbutting you because you've just called him a knob, or is he headbutting you because he's drunk, or is Josh Sargent pelting a ball at you flat out because you're in goal in a charity match, or is he pelting a ball at you flat out because he wants the last set of football cards from Tesco's?
Yeah, I mean, that's a magnificent analogy. I was purely just off a pure strength perspective. So there was no rhyme or reason behind it, but there we go. There was one more question on Twitter as well. So we're going to give ours as well for this one, because I thought we'd do 3-word reviews of the game. We have had a couple of responses. Owen's back. Owen OTBC, loyal supporter of the Canary Guys pod. He's gone for Schwartau over Lungi.
Fair.
Yep,
Yeah,
fair.
reasonable shout. And another long-time supporter of the podcast. They're getting a regular mention at this point, and I'm so happy to be mentioning them. It's the Unfank Kitchen. They're back again, and they've gone with not Hernandez's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, like mentioned
Which
earlier,
we've
100%
agreed.
agree with.
Yeah, it is.
And on the note of the Unfank Kitchen, I think we have to do a live pod record from the Unfank Kitchen while scanning an English breakfast.
Honestly,
Unfank Kitchen, get in touch. We'll come and have a breakfast and we'll
I
record
might,
a
I
pod.
might give you a little DM myself after this podcast because I love a good full English meat, so I'd be up for it.
Yeah,
Like, no
we're all up for a fry up. Like we love a bit of that. Unfank Kitchen breakfast is world class. We all know it. So yeah, we'll have to get involved on that one. But yeah, what are we saying for our 3-word reviews then, boys? Have you had a chance to think yet?
I've been thinking of it since this segment has been on, so for about a minute. So I'm not ready yet, but someone can go ahead.
Go on, Chris, you go first because I need time to think.
Oh gosh, why you put me on the spot? I think I will go. Well, mine's just simple. It's 3 very simple words. It is see out games.
That's a good one.
Easy. We just need to see things out.
Tell you what, Mine's going to be get it forward.
You've become everyone
I've got
in
to
the
embrace
stands.
my true heritage.
Where's your Bovril and your blanket? You need to get them out.
Don't worry.
I've
It's
never had a
safe.
Bovril, you know. Never had one.
You've not had a Bovril?
No.
Fucking hell.
I've had a blanket.
You've not lived, fella. I've
They're
not had
not-
a Bovril.
Does it not like taste like gravy, no? I heard.
Yeah, it's like drinking
It's
gravy.
beefy drink.
Fucking sick.
Dip your sausage roll in Bovril.
Oh, now you're talking.
Honestly, do it.
That's better than sex, that is.
Oh, okay, that's a cut.
No, it's true.
It's not being
Fact.
It's pure fact.
I'm
I'm
gonna
speaking
go
logic and
35.
facts.
Reyes wasn't bad.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I genuinely, I've said for weeks and weeks, I'm not angry with a Reyes start, and I got that. I felt bad for him from that goal. I thought he couldn't do a lot there with their goal, and I genuinely think tomorrow, when we have a team that will have more shots than Oxford, probably, he'll get a chance, and I genuinely think he'll show his quality tomorrow.
Yeah. It was nice to see him get a chance, and although he didn't have much to do, I thought he really played like on the ball really well, and he came out to collect, and he didn't just do that, but he like
And there was
got the
like
ball out quickly.
like when Long starts game for us, there's always a sense of panic when Long's on the ball.
Yeah.
I don't think the fans had that. I don't think Reyes himself
Yeah.
had that. I definitely don't think his teammates had that.
You always got that impression that the back line didn't trust Long. Like, they'd, instead of passing back to him, they'd
God,
do a
no.
risky pass. So, yeah, I think Reyes is a safe pair of hands, and I hope that he does a good performance tomorrow, which keeps him in for the Friday game.
I wouldn't trust George Long to catch a fucking cold, mate. So I don't know, like, how the Norwich players could trust him. But there we are. I hope he has a good performance, Reyes. I think he looks quite promising. So yeah, with any luck, he'll get a nice run in the team and hopefully boost his confidence and get to see him in a bit more action.
Here's hoping.
Right. I think it's probably time to move on to our predictions for, well, what would normally be our predictions for the next game.
We have
However, we've actually got to do our predictions for the next two because we aren't recording another episode until after two games have been played because we're recording this on a Monday. The pod will be out on Tuesday. So if you're listening to this on the day it launches, we play tonight.
Yeah, don't forget.
So yeah, we're on your telly.
Some poor blokes just listen to 47 minutes of this, realise that we have a match today, and just now, like, sprinting to Carrow Road.
Shit. I forgot. Oh no. But yeah, so I mean, where do we go with this one, boys? Again, I think it's almost impossible to do team lineup predictions because
Yeah, same.
we can do for Wednesday, just not for Bristol.
yeah, should we try and do a Wednesday one? Let's try and
Yeah.
do tomorrow because we
Well,
know
no-
roughly where we are. We've had a press conference, so we
Do you
know
want me to go
roughly
first?
where we are. Yeah, go for it.
I'll go Reyes,
Yep.
Fisher,
Mm-hmm.
Rory McConville. I'm going to spell out there.
Ooh, that is a big shout.
Jose Cordoba, Callum
Yep.
Doyle,
Mm-hmm.
Jacob Wright,
Yep.
Kenny McLean,
Yeah.
Emiliano Marcondes, Ante Sinak, Borja Sainz, and Joshua Sargent.
It's a fair shout.
It's a fair shout. I am gonna go with. I'll go Reyes and goal. I think your back four. You're looking at Fisher, Duffy, Cordoba, and Doyle at left back.
Yeah.
I think we go midfield three of Wright, McLean, and Marcondes.
Yeah.
And I think we go Cernats, Sainz, Sargent.
Yeah. I'm going to be the exact same as you, Chris. I mean, there is a conversation to be had in terms of Duffy because you had the whole Twitter reply of why he was actually late to the game, but I think the punishment's been done now. I think I'm not against him. Rory McConville will start. Would be great to see, but I think probably too early for him. So I'm backing Duffy to be back in the lineup.
Yeah.
But I think personally, I know he didn't come on against Oxford, but Duffy needs a rest. Like I say it again. Like I know he didn't come on, but I'd say give McConville the start. Bring Duffy in for Friday against Bristol because that's a big game. I know we're on about playoffs. Are they on or not?
Every game's a big game, though, at the minute.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I'd rather see
I don't think there's any small games.
I mean, Plymouth away is a small game. Let's be honest.
It's not though. Plymouth
We
are
lost
different now they've
6-1
got a
last
new
time,
manager.
6-2.
Plymouth are different now they've got a new manager, and we can't slack on any game. We cannot slack because teams will hit us.
Yeah, we'll probably end up losing 4-0 tomorrow. Score prediction then, lads, for tomorrow?
For tomorrow, I'm going to keep the faith and go 2-1 Norwich tight game.
I'm also going to keep the faith. I'm going Reyes clean sheet, 2-0 Norwich. Sargent and Cernach to score.
I'm going to go Reyes clean sheet as well, but I think we're going to nick a 3-0 there. I'm going to go goal scorers. Signed Sargent Marcondes.
Fair enough.
Decent shout.
What about Bristol score predictions then, boys? Away from home.
2-2.
And that's the issue. They're balanced in the table. So, to be fair, I see us beating Bristol more than I do Sheffield Wednesday, just because of how Norwich exists as a football club.
Do you know what? I'm going to be super pessimistic and say we get a 1-1 draw there.
I was about to say 2-2.
I think 0-0 ball draw.
Yeah.
But you might be right. You might be right.
But listen, Norwich have to prove us wrong. We think they win, they lose, or draw. When we say they draw, they might win. Let's hope.
It is always that way around, to be fair. So
I would like to see if, in this whole run of podcasts, I think we're episode 5 now, are we? I would like to see if any of us have ever got a score prediction correct.
I don't think we have yet.
I'll tell you what, I was probably the furthest one away was me against Blackburn. I don't know what I was having that night.
Didn't you predict like 4-0 or something?
I think I said 4-1.
Oh, fair enough.
We've got the one right for Blackburn.
It's a big shout.
And I've just said 3-0 for tomorrow, so I don't know how that will go.
Yeah, I think it'll be tight. I think 2-1 tomorrow, but I do keep the faith. I think we can get a home win and get ourselves back on track a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's fantastic, boys. I think there's only one thing really left to do, and it's to announce some winners of some competitions.
They've been very long-running competitions, but we finally got enough entries to think it was worth doing the competitions. So we'd like more.
We've got enough for some of the competitions. However, Ashton, would you like to explain what's going on with your competition?
I don't know. No one wants the Lego set.
Apparently, no one wants this Lego set, so we might have to throw in a bonus prize with this one. But we'll put it out on Twitter. We're going to extend the draw for that one.
What if
a Lego set and £100?
And then when we do the live pod,
don't promise £100. I don't got fucking £100 to throw away.
No.
What if we do the live podcast in the Unfanked Kitchen? We have a full English and build the Lego set.
We could do that.
That's one of those endurance things. That is, we're going to be there past closing.
On Twitter, we'll put the post out. And if you don't think we should give away the Lego set, I want you to tell us what we should do with it and where we should build it.
Yes,
and who should build it. But don't say like Anel Hernandez. Like I don't think he wants to build my Lego set.
Get Glenn down to build Lego.
What if I sign it? Oh no, that'll probably decrease the value.
Isn't Denmark where Lego was made?
Yes.
Yeah, Johannes Hofforup and Glenn on a podcast with us building Lego.
That would be magnificent.
But then again, it is knockoff Lego, so maybe not. They might feel a bit offended.
They'd be like, it's not the fucking real thing, you dick.
Yeah.
Maybe Hannes will just look at it and spit on it like that's not real Lego.
The Bullhouse Science effect.
But anyway, Robbie, would you like to announce the winner of your sticker competition, mate?
Very happily, and I've pulled out all of the stops. I will overlay a video of the Wheel of Names, which consisted of a total of 2 names. We had 2 entries for my
Whoa!
sausage roll competition, and those 2 people were. It is between NCFC Alfie and Flecky Boy on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And I will let the wheel play out, and the winner is. It was very tight, but it was Flecky Boy. So congratulations to Flecky Boy. I will pop you a DM or a message, and we'll get it sorted. But I have plenty of stickers, so NCFC Alfie, why not? I'll give you a sticker too, just for fun. I know you appreciate Sam Dingle, but it is not the quality of a Sam Dingle sticker. But it's a
No.
Jeff Man sticker. You can
Bring
keep
back
it. You can
fingering,
cherish
Sam
it.
Dingle. He's
Yeah.
the boy.
And then we have one more competition.
We do, and it's for my hat. It was a hotly contested competition, this. I had a whopping number of entries, as you can see by the spin wheel that is about to appear on the screen.
3 entries. We're big time now.
And the winner of the hat is, of course, the man, the myth, the legend. It's Ono Hernandez, his right peg. Congratulations, fella. Well done. Get the hat
Well
on
done
the way
to you,
to you.
sir.
Get in contact and we will give you your hat. Magnificent, boys. Right, we've got some podcast giveaways announced. I'm sure there'll be some more coming soon once you lot actually back the shirt. We've got to get rid of this Lego shirt, boys, and then we might give you some better things in the giveaways. I know there's a few shouts of maybe some retro kits floating about, so
Whoa. I'm a
maybe.
Tommy. No chance.
Abu Kamara dressing room signs. Come on, you know you want it.
Yeah, you do want that. That is a star prize. There is some equipment floating about, boys, so you want to get involved in that. But yeah, we'll get that all sorted out. We'll get everyone's gifts all done, and we'll get the next giveaways announced.
Brilliant stuff.
Are they? Right, I think that's probably all we've got time for, boys. Because
Brilliant.
I need to go and cry about Oxford, so...
Thanks for listening, and I'm sure we'll be back next Monday crying after losing against Bristol and losing against Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know, we'll all be here moaning, saying that the referee was terrible, and that Jacob Sorensen can't do a forward pass. So join us then, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Cheers.